Hey everybody, Shoebox Legends here. Thanks for joining me for another Signature Sundays episode today, where we take a look at an autographed card from my sports card collection. And as you can tell, based on the cards in the background there, which are sponsored by Andy at Flying Dutchman Cards, this is going to be a 1990 Topps themed set. So Andy was kind enough in a recent care package to kind of blow my mind and send me these 5 in-person or TTM autos from the 90 Topps release. And I really appreciated that because Andy is a collector after my own heart in terms of loving kind of that first set that he became accustomed to as a kid. In his case, it's 89 Topps. In my case, 1990, the spring of 1990 was the first time that my grubby little kid hands first pried open, wax wrappers and packs of 1990 Topps baseball. And it's forever held a special place in my collecting heart since. As such, it is my favorite, non-vintage Topps set for that reason, and it'll probably never be replaced in that sense just because of the nostalgia and the memories. And obviously, it's very easy to collect a 1990 Topps set nowadays. So you can just go out and probably find one for $5 or $10 on eBay with a little bit of shipping, and you can have the 792 card set. So just collecting the base set is not really that much of a challenge in the modern age. So looking for other ways to continue to enjoy the 1990 release sort of all over again. One of those has been a buyback set that I'm working on of 90 buybacks. And then another example is just chasing down as many autographed cards as I can from this release. So most of mine prior to receiving Andy's awesome set of TTMs here were like these types of Topps Archive Signature Series encapsulated buybacks. So Topps has done this set for a few years running now, where you get just a single card encapsulated with a sticker, in a one-touch per box, and it'll always be a hard-signed auto that is foil stamped and is limited to some quantity. In this case, this Bobby Valentine is actually a 1-of-1, which is pretty cool. So I have a handful of these that I've shown off on the channel over time, and I had another one that I have not shown off that I wanted to get to today. So after a couple minutes of rambling, let's get down to the subject of today's Signature Sundays post, and it is Mark Langston of the, at the time, California Angels. And there are a few things that are really neat about this card, aside from the fact that I just love all of these. They're all hard signed by the athletes. This one's much more prevalent than the Bobby Valentine at looks like 96 or 98 copies of this one floating out there. So not exactly a rare autograph, but a cool one nonetheless. What's unique about this one, it actually comes from the Topps Traded set in 1990, card number 54T. That's not quite as familiar to me as the base set. I really collected the base set out of packs that spring and summer, but I love the Traded and even like the debut set as well that use this same sort of like comic book style design on the borders. So this is cool. Langston, as you can tell by the back, moved from the Expos to the Angels in 1990. He was a very successful pitcher in his own right, if not, necessarily a household name with modern baseball fans. He was a multiple-time All-Star. He won 7 Gold Gloves, so a very, very good fielding pitcher on the mound. And the last thing that I think is really neat and cool about this one, Langston was part of a combined no-hitter in the year 1990 with the Angels. So that just makes this a really cool card. He pitched the first 7 innings of a no-hitter that summer, which was then resumed by Bobby Witt and Mike Witt, who finished off the last 2 innings of the game. So it was a combined no-hitter for the Angels by Langston and Witt. 1990 was, of course, famous for the number of no-hitters thrown. I believe there were 7 no-hitters thrown in Major League Baseball in that year. So it's pretty cool to have a card that sort of directly commemorates, the athlete on the team, on the year where he participated in one of those no-hitters, hard signed by the athlete. So I just think these cards are really cool. I wanted to take the ones that I received recently from Andy as an excuse to show off another from my collection. So thank you very much, Andy, again, for those fantastic TTM autos and for inspiring me to get this episode of Signature Sundays up here on the channel. I certainly do have a few more of these archive signatures slabbed 1990 autos, so we'll be seeing some more of those in future Sunday episodes. But for now, we're going to keep this one short and sweet at under 6 minutes and call it a day. I really appreciate you stopping by, spending a little bit of time and hanging out here. Hope to see you again. I will certainly be back in the near future. And until then, hope everybody stays safe and keeps collecting.